What up, young world? What up, young world? Thank you for tuning in to the SevonsLegendaryPodcast. It's a couple of things I want to talk about today. I'm just getting this podcast started, and it's just been a lot on my mind. I'm kind of sick of some certain things. You would have to be like under a rock if you hadn't heard about the homophobic things that DaBaby was talking about. Now, I've been getting phone calls, text messages, asking me my opinion on this. My opinion is very simple. It's a classic case of DaBaby, too famous, too rich, not a care in the world. It's celebrity privilege. That's what he was feeling. That's the problem. Now, what that means is he doesn't care. He thinks that his shit don't stink and whatever he do is gonna win. And so he got up there, and that might have been his true feelings about, gay men or the LGBTQ community. But at the end of the day, all of these people are supporting your career, supporting your records, those goofy little dances he does. I mean, I ain't trying to hate. It's just, they're supporting him. And he's taking a poop on all of their beliefs and sensibilities. And he did it in a major public place. Like, everybody has an opinion about something, right? But we know better than to broadcast every single feeling we have, whether it's offensive or not, on a huge platform. DaBaby, listen to me. Uncle Savon here, listen to me. You're too big, but you're not so big that it can't be gone tomorrow. That's celebrity privilege. It's when you think you're untouchable, you're immortal. You see what happened to him. The governor's ball. He lost his clothing deal. He couldn't perform Lollapalooza, which is a COVID super spreader, Delta Airlines. The Delta variant. That was Delta Airlines. That's Hartsfield Airport over there. That's how much Delta was over there. Anyways, listen, DaBaby, listen. You can't do it. It's wrong. It's morally wrong. And I'm sure you wasn't raised like that. Like, I understand this kid is a good kid. Like, you wasn't raised like that. You just got too big for your damn britches. And the cancel culture is going to humble you. These media outlets, these endorsements and sponsorship situations, they gonna humble you. And I mean, listen, honestly, I don't understand what is the hate against gay men, lesbian women, transgender, this and that. That's them. You feel me? Like, that's them. Let them do them. They not coming over here asking you. Speaking of asking questions, that was a terrible segue. Speaking of asking questions, what did I read it at? I think it was on World Star. Everything's on World Star, right? But I think I read a woman saying she doesn't have a problem with men. No, it was a comedian. Say the problem with gay men is that they're in the closet, and they shouldn't want to tell someone when they're gay. They should want to just get out the closet and just be open about it. My thing is this. Why do the LGBTQ community, have to tell anybody anything? How would you feel if somebody came up to you and you're heterosexual and was like, why don't you just say you're heterosexual? Why don't you just say it? First of all, I am heterosexual, but why do I have to announce it? That's how I feel about the LGBTQ community. That's how I feel about them, right? It's like they don't have to tell you nothing. And I'm sick of this double standard. And I remember being on Facebook and somebody posted something about that. And I was defending a lesbian group. I'm like, say, why are you defending? Because to me, it's not about lesbian or gay or transgender. It's about simply what's right and what's wrong, no matter who we talking about. That's it. DaBaby was wrong. it's this big stigma around gay and lesbian and transgendered. They're different. They're special. They're not special. They're less than. They're more than. Why can't they just be? Like, why can't they just be? Just like black people want to be equal. Just like women want to be equal. Just like, people that are, short people, want to be different. I mean, want to be the same and be accepted. Why can't they just be? Okay. That's my little baby rant. I mean, my DaBaby rant. Little baby, DaBaby, somebody's baby. Whose baby is this? It's a lot of motherfucking babies. All right. I'm not going to spend a lot of time today. What are we going to do next? Oh. Simone Biles gets the bronze after she, takes an exit from the 2021 Olympics. First of all, everybody was bashing her. Like, why would you? And she's like, I need mental stability, for my mental health. My thing is, she done worked her ass off. She done got hella gold medals. What are you talking about? She deserves to do whatever she want to do. Ain't now one of y'all in shape. Can't do two clean push-ups. But you want to talk to somebody that's doing backflips and triple nose dives on the floor exercise, and everybody want to challenge her about what she want to do for herself. That's insane. That's the problem. Y'all pay attention to y'all, man. Seriously. Too many people in other people's business. She didn't have to tell nobody nothing. She just could have did it. But she did do that because she know that people are expecting her to say something and will wonder why she's just bowing out of the competition. Mental health. In the black community, we don't even talk about that enough. That is a real thing. There's some sick people in the black community. It's sick people in every community. But I'm talking about Simone Biles. She's black. And I'm talking about the black community, and she's actually being proactive with her own mental health, and people got a problem about it. She goes back in, and she gets the bronze medal, and people got something to say about that. Simone Biles, if you're listening, Uncle say, do your damn thing, little mama. You are doing it, and don't let nobody tell you that bronze don't shimmer like gold, because your whole life is gold. You doing things, these people, they watching you on TV. Need I say more? So much to talk about. SevonsLegendaryPodcast. What else we got? Okay. Anybody know me know that I am an advocate for independent artists. Now, today's real quick tidbit for indie artists. You got to understand what things like publishing means, things like split sheets, things like barcoding, ISRC codes, PROs, which is Writers Associations, such as ASCAP, BMI, CSAC. And you got to know what these things mean. Real quick, publishing is ownership. Ownership. You can sign a split sheet. Right? And you could put who owns what of the authorship and who owns what of the composition or the music, and still have zero publishing if that's what is agreed upon, or that's what you failed to do. I had a situation where one of my records got placed, and one of the writers on the record filled out everything and did not put their publishing. It was blank. Blank means zero. And when you turn them into a sync licensing company who's doing a deal with you, it has to be a number there. So if you leave it blank, I put zero there, and he said I forged it. Now, he signed it, address, social security number, phone number. He signed everything and left what he wanted for ownership blank. I have to turn that in with a number there. And if it's blank, that means zero. I put zero. He said I forged it. Don't matter, though, because we already had a whole separate agreement that I already paid him. He wasn't supposed to get nothing, but I gave it to him anyway. And you know what? I could have did this particular sync licensing deal and not told him. And he wouldn't have got nothing. I fought. What he don't know is I fought for him to get money, and I made sure he was paid. And I didn't have to do that. So when you're talking about split sheets and publishing, Google publishing, find out what it means. It's really ownership of the record. What percentage of this record do you own? That means wherever the record goes, they got to call you to do anything with the record. They got to get your signature too, no matter what happens. Publishing is everything in music, okay? Like I said, I'm not going to keep you long. I was going to play a new record today, but I think I'm going to wait. Instead, I'm going to start this story. I'm just going to start it. Now watch this. It's my Busta Rhymes story. So I was working when I first moved to Atlanta. I got a job as a valet at the West End across the street from Lenox Mall. And, you know, my boss knew I do music and I'm grinding and I always got CDs with me and all of that type of thing. So they're like, man, Busta Rhymes come here all the time. I was like, man, yeah, right. Busta Rhymes will come here all the time. What you talking about? Sure as I'm dark skinned, Busta Rhymes pulls up. I can't make this up. Busta Rhymes pull up in his big expedition with a security road manager and his hype man, Spliff Star. So Busta Rhymes kind of rushes inside and Spliff Star takes his time. And I say, hey, I'm Savon. You know, I do music. I would love for you to hear it. And I was like, I got my CD right here. And he was like, all right, man, I'm listening to it. I was like, man, stop playing. You ain't gonna listen to it. He was like, I'm listening to it. I'm going up to my room right now and listening to it. And this was his words. This shit better be fire. I said, man, I hope it's fire. I'm like, I'm the shit. But in my head, I'm like, ooh, please skip to number 3. Skip to number 3. That's my hottest joint. So I'm antsy. I give him the CD. He come down about an hour and a half later. He says, yo, that CD is fire. Where you gonna be in an hour? I was like, shit, you met me at work. I'm gonna be here, bro. I'm gonna be here, B. He was like, where's your boss? I show him where my boss is. White guy, right? And he knows I'm doing music. So he gets me off work. He said, yeah, this is a great opportunity. You can go with them. Just got to make up the hours. He went over there and got me off of work. He said he wanted to take me somewhere. Him and Busta Rhymes wanted to take me somewhere. He said, go home, get changed, meet us back at the hotel. This hotel where I work at in 1 hour. Man, it felt like I'm doing Mach 3 in a Acura trying to get home. Man, that was the quickest shower on earth ever. Man, I get back to the hotel, we get in this expedition, and then he takes me to, you gotta wait till the next episode. I'll finish my Busta Rhymes story. It is absolutely crazy. I can't wait to finish the story, but you gotta tune into the next Savon Legendary Podcast to get the rest of the story. All my stories are legitimate. I can verify them. I got the craziest stories in the world. This one is part 1 of my Busta Rhymes story. Yo, check me out. Click like, subscribe, all of that. Savon Legendary Podcast. Peace, young world. Legendary Podcast. Legendary Podcast. Legendary Podcast.